Welcome back. Do you have a young child? Are you thinking, how do I get my child prepared for school? I don't want my kid to fall behind. You hear about the horror stories of kids who fall through the cracks. So we've got the founder of Teach My, Christy Cook, here. She has developed three learning systems for children based on age. Tell me about, first of all, what are the differences between the three here?
So there's Teach My Baby,
Okay.
which is ages 6 months to 18 months. Then Teach My Toddler, which catches at 18 months to 3 years. And then Teach My Preschooler is ages 3 to 5, 6, depending on reading ability, that sort of thing.
And the purpose of these teaching kits is to do what?
Well, the idea is each kit has age-appropriate tools all in one kit.
So the brain is geared to learn certain things at certain times, and
yes,
you want to capitalize on that?
And I mean, 0 to 6, kids are absolute sponges. So you really want to grab those years and just spend 20 minutes with them every day doing something to get the basics in.
Just 20 minutes,
Yeah.
eh? So what made you decide to put learning tools like this in a kit for parents?
Well, when my son was 18 months old, I was at home with him. And I wanted him to know the alphabet, numbers, shapes, so I went to stores saying, there must be something, there must be a container, can't I just have it all in one box? And there wasn't, so I saw the gap in the market. And I went to teaching supply stores and got little bits, made a box, called it Mama's School. We got it out for 20 minutes a day, and he could read by the time he was 3.
Wow!
So I had parents in playgroups saying to me, how'd you do that? Like, how did you get him to do that? And I said, you know what? Honestly, it was just spending the time with the bits and pieces, and he just picked it all up.
In only 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
Because you can't do it for too long, then it's not fun, right?
Yeah, their attention spans are really short. And even with the baby one, I mean, maybe 10 minutes. Start with 10, work up to 20, that sort of thing.
All right, well, here we've got some blocks that have different mouths on them.
Very multicultural.
Very multicultural. And then a mirror.
Yeah.
So they can look at their own mouth, I guess?
Right, so that is the self section. There's 4 sections in Teach My Baby, and one section is self. So they're learning all the parts of the face. There's a book, and there's blocks and flashcards. And they all have mirrors and bits of faces and that sort of thing. And it's really just to show them their face and learn all about their self.
And show me some of the other things you've done.
Yeah, so Teach My Toddler is alphabet, numbers, shapes, colors. So the idea with it is there's a book and flashcards and a puzzle, and the pieces all match. So you're getting them to look through the book.
So here's the book, and it's got the colors.
And then you say, show mommy where the piece of the puzzle is that's red, and then show mommy the red flashcard, and when they get a bit older, they can learn to spell the word red.
And they're associating the word with the thing,
right?
And somehow it clicks.
Well, and the other thing is I did some research and found out that matching is a key pre-reading skill, because if you think about it, they're having to learn the letter and then put the letter into a word, and then they learn to read the words. So it's matching. So the whole thing with Teach My is the pieces all match. So you're constantly reinforcing, and repeating, and they pick it up in no time.
Well, I can vouch for that, because my daughter has, since the age of maybe 18 months, known the stop sign.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that's stop. And if you give her the shape of a stop sign without the word stop or without the color, she still says stop.
Yeah.
And so on and so on. So eventually she will be able to actually read the word stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Decoding. They completely decode that way. So, yes.
Interesting. Okay.
And then the newest one I've just brought out is called Teach My Preschooler, and everyone's keen on it because it's reading. And it really is. Parents are worried. They want to have their kids read, that sort of thing. So it has a reading section, a printing section. It has early math, counting to 100. And the readers, there's 10 readers, and there's little flashcards that match the readers, and then there's a little reward tin, and you put the flashcards into the tin when they've mastered it, and then they can show Grandma, Grandpa, here's my words, these are my words.
These are the ones I already know.
Yeah. So it's a little reward tin. Yeah.
Now, some people might say, gosh, we're putting pressure on kids at such a young age to know so much.
Yeah.
Do you think it's putting pressure on them?
20 minutes a day really isn't, I think. And you know what? As you said earlier in the intro, that the schools are stretched these days, you know, so it really is, don't leave it to the schools. You know what? Parents, 20 minutes a day. The tools are all here. It really is easy to do. And then they learn the basics and they go in and they're ready.
And once they're in school already knowing these things, do they feel like they're being held back, or do they still get the stimulation they're going to need?
No, they still get the stimulation. In fact, I think they build their confidence, right? They go in, they kind of feel good right from the beginning. I remember my little guy, he was 2.5, going into nursery. He could print his name. I mean, the teacher said, what, he can print his name? And she was making such a fuss of him. And he really, right away, confidence, completely. So, yeah.
You're right. Isn't that interesting? When people acknowledge your success at your actions, that's what builds the self-esteem, as opposed to you're so beautiful or you're such a good girl or whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Your actions, your ability. And right off, it starts right at the beginning.
Oh, brilliant. Are teachers appreciating this?
I do. I have a lot of daycares using them. I have a lot of teachers that have picked it up, and they, you know, even interesting, like teachers that are grade 8 teachers say, but they didn't know anything about early childhood teaching, and so they use the kits and they say it's amazing. So.
Wow, and you just put this together yourself based on what you were doing at home with your own child?
What I was doing, and then I just went and looked at what was on the market. I call it evolutionary, not revolutionary. I've taken products that already exist and just made them more modern and put them all in a kit to make it easy for tired parents who don't want to go to 20 stores looking for the little individual pieces.
Well, and true, you know, we don't consider ourselves early childhood educators. No. We don't have the training. Right. We're doing the best we can.
Yeah.
You know, our job.
But everybody can do it.
But everybody can do it.
Is with just little basic tools. It's pretty easy to do. And the whole thing is the kits are $49.99 each. And the pieces all inside are about, you know, $100, over $100.
And they're really well made too. These are sturdy, you know. These puzzle pieces are really sturdy. They're going to hold up. They're going to get chewed a lot. They're going to end up in the bath. They're going to, you know.
Well, the baby products, well, all the products are tested completely for putting in mouths, everything. They're perfectly fine. There's obviously no lead. There's nothing. It's perfectly lead-free, everything free, so that they can put them in their mouth. Because I knew with babies, that's the first thing, in their mouth, eating everything. So.
And do you have any evidence yet about how this affects them later on in life? Has it been long enough?
Pretty new. I've only been in business for 3 years, so I am trying to keep track of some of my Teach My Stars, and I regularly on Facebook and Twitter get little updates from parents telling me, you know, things and sending me videos of their little ones doing things. And
wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
And there are lots of YouTube videos of kids with these learning tools doing amazing things.
Yeah, great.
So, well, I'm just so impressed. You must relate to what the Mom Inc. people were saying earlier about building a home-based business. Has it been tough sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, I make it sound easy, but it isn't. It's, you know, I was talking to the girls before at Mom Inc. and they were saying the same thing. Time and money. You know, really, you have to, and a supportive husband or spouse, you know, really, you need that, or somebody to give you backup in terms of helping you when you get through. My little guy is 8 now, but I started the business when he was 4. He was in full days at that point, so it was time. It was time, but I commend the moms that get going when the babies are little. And
you knew you had a great idea on your hands and you've rolled with it. That's just great. Congratulations. Absolutely. For more information, go to teachmy.com and get the one that's, great shower gift too, right?
You know what? Perfect. It's called the Smart Shower Gift. I call it the Smart Baby Shower Gift.
Right on. Okay. Well, here are some upcoming events we thought you should know about. Yeah.